What up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Funboxing with Will. I'm your host, Will, with H2O Co. Film and Photos. Today we're going to be doing a review. It's going to be a quick review here on the Acer Nitro 5 gaming laptop. It's an entry-level gaming laptop that I think is an amazing option for anyone who's trying to do any light gaming or editing for video or photography on the go. So yeah, let's get into that. Alrighty, everybody. Now, before I start the review, I just wanted to go ahead and thank all of my subscribers and anyone else who's tuning in to view this video today. If you find any of the information here at all useful, or you want to see more content, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button down below. I'm always putting out new reviews, as I am a content creator here in Gilbert. I do photography, videography, and I'm always purchasing new gear. The main purpose of my channel here is to try and give you guys an honest, upfront review on some of these products before you go and waste your hard-earned money on them, because let's face it, not everything is all that it's cracked up to be, and there's a lot of times that something will advertise something or say that it can do these things and it just can't, or it can, and there's caveats on it. So before you go out and spend your hard-earned money, come check out my channel, see if there's anything on here that you're interested in purchasing, and go ahead and check out these reviews before spending your money. Like I said, getting into the video, today we're going to be doing a review on the Acer Nitro 5. This is the 2019 model. It is I guess a very popular model, so they've had it since 2016, and on Amazon there are multiple variants of this particular laptop. You can get them with one hard drive, you can get them with two, you can get them with three hard drives, you can get them with an i7, an i5. It just depends on the year and the model and your budget. The one that I bought, the one that's sitting here in front of us today, is going to be the one that was price pointed at around $749. It came with one 256 gigabyte SSD and a 9th generation i5 Intel Core chip in it. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. The design is very sleek and sexy. It's got the black design with these slanted edges here for, I guess, a little added extra cool effect. You'll notice the bezels are very thin on this laptop. Some of the things that I like about it is it's got a whole bunch of ports, and that's awesome. It's got your Ethernet cable hookup right here. You have an HDMI output. You've got your USB-C and then two USB 3.0 jacks on this side, and then on this side your ports are going to be your power cord connector right here. Then you've got a regular standard 2.0 USB and a headphone jack, along with a ventilation port. You have ventilation ports all along the back spine, and then a lot of ventilation on the bottom of the laptop itself. The whole laptop on any model that you pick up is going to be black, accented with this chromish red color. I think it looks pretty neat. The keyboard itself is backlit. Unfortunately, you can't control the brightness of it. You can just turn it on or off. So, as I said, it is an entry-level gaming laptop. It's nothing super fancy, but the thing that I liked about this laptop in particular is that it is fully upgradable as far as storage and RAM is concerned. I think it can go up to 64 gigabytes of RAM, which is kind of insane. I don't know why you'd need that much RAM, but I have upgraded it from the 8 gigabytes that it came with up to a 16 gigabyte RAM DDR. It contains the GeForce NVIDIA GXT 1060 Ti graphics card. It's an integrated graphics card, and it has, I believe, either 4 or 8 gigabytes of RAM depending on the model that you buy. And then those are just dedicated to the video card. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the laptop real quick and show you guys some of the features that I like real quick. First off, it is a very fast laptop here. And so starting up with the laptop, it does come with a webcam. It starts up relatively fast. I think my boot time in the BIOS and the startup was about 10 to 15 seconds the last I checked. Now, the laptop itself, one of the things that drew me to it, I bought it for my wife for a birthday gift, and one of the things that I noticed was right here, where is it? Let me find it, right here. It came with Power Director pre-installed. And now Power Director is a program that I use to do all of my editing on. It is just as good as far as I am concerned as Adobe Premiere Pro. It does everything Adobe does, and it doesn't have as many problems crashing and issues with crashing, pretty much. Like, I've heard so many stories from so many people about Adobe products. So one of the other things I like about it here is that it has this nitro sense right here. The nitro sense is really awesome because it allows you to monitor your temperature and your percentage of use on your CPU and your GPU. Now, while you're doing that, you can actually control the fan speeds. So it has a couple features. I've noticed that it usually, when it's in automatic, it runs around 2900 RPMs. Now, you can turn on the cool boost, and that'll push it up quite a bit to about 4000 RPMs, or you could put it on max, which will take it to 6,000 RPMs. Just give it a second there we go, to register. It's about 6,000 RPMs, or you can even go down to a custom menu here where you can independently control the GPU fan and the CPU fan itself. Now, because of the design of this laptop, unfortunately, I've noticed that because of the design of the laptop, all the cooling is on the left upper hand side of the keyboard. It's not split apart on both sides of the keyboard like most gaming laptops are concerned. So this particular laptop does get a little bit warm, but fortunately you can go online for $20 and pick up a cool boost fan, which is what I did. It's pretty much just a platform that plugs into your computer via USB cable, and it gives you a little bit of extra cooling. And I've noticed between the cool boost and me running the cool pad underneath it, I've been playing AAA titles like Gears of War 5. No problems at all. The laptop actually stays relatively cool while I'm running both of those fans in unison. So it's not been an issue for me. And as I said, it's going to be a short video. There's not a lot to talk about here. It's your basic 9th generation i5 processor, which you can go ahead and Google the benchmarks if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and leave a description to this particular laptop, the one I bought, in the description below from Amazon. Like I said, it was around $749 at the price point. So I feel like for your bang for your buck, it's a great value. You can do plenty of video editing on it, you can do photography editing on it, and you can do some gaming even with some of the more extensive AAA titles. Like you can play GTA 5 on here as one of the games that I've downloaded and played with no lag, no problems at all. I noticed I run a frame rate of around 125, between 75 and 125 is generally where it's at. It's not bad for an i5 having a benchmark like that. It also displays bandwidth information and such like that. You can also buy third-party applications or just download free applications and programs that will let you monitor your performance while you're playing the game itself. So getting into the, go back here, I'll get into the task manager real quick for you guys. So this is the task manager, and it's going to go ahead and show you guys the performance here. This is pretty much what you're looking at. I'm trying to find details, app history, performance, uses, startup. I'm trying to find the section where it tells you all the information about the actual system here, and I know that it's somewhere in here. I'm just not a huge computer geek, so I'm not exactly sure where it might be. But I think I could probably find, oh, you know what? I know where it's at. It's right over here. I'm going to go ahead and click this. There we go. So this is the information here about it. And as you can see, it's manufactured by Acer. I have the version, the model number AN515-54. It's got the Intel i5 9300Hz CPU running at 2.4 gigahertz. I've got 16 gigabytes of RAM, although this model came stock with 8 gigabytes. I upgraded it myself for I think $69. It was pretty cheap to upgrade to 16 gigabytes. It runs a 64-bit operating system, and let's see, I think that's about it. It's got the I think I already said this, but just to specify, it's got the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 Ti graphics card, and it has got dedicated 8 gigabytes dedicated RAM. So there's that. And then for what it is, like I said, for what it is, it being a entry-level gaming laptop, something that you can throw in your backpack, take with you somewhere. It's got a webcam. It's able to run Power Director, which I think is a pretty demanding program. You need to have a lot of storage capacity for the footage, and you need to have a lot of CPU power behind it. This is a 4-core, 12-thread CPU. So it's actually able to run the programs that I use very, very, very efficiently. The bezels, as you can see, are very thin on the side of the laptop itself. I have seen thinner, but again, for what you're paying at $699, between that price point and $900, depending on the model you buy, it's well worth it. You can upgrade it. It has a PCI SSD slot that is open and free, so you can put in an additional SSD, and it also has a 2.5-inch SATA drive slot that you can insert I think up to 4 or 5 terabyte hard drive into that too. So it's got a lot of options as far as upgrades go. Like I said, it can go up to 64 gigabytes of RAM. The build itself isn't the best on the market. Obviously, for that money, you're not going to get the best build. This one has plastic casing around everything. It's got the red accents, but there is no aluminum or magnesium chassis for the computer itself, unfortunately. And the other downside that I've noticed is that it doesn't run a 4K monitor, sadly. It's only a 1080p. But for most of the work I do, I film in 1080 most of the time. It just saves space on my SD cards. It also is, it's good enough. Most people nowadays, they consume their content and their media on a smartphone. And I have yet to find anybody who can tell the difference between a 4K video and a 1080p video on a 6-inch smartphone. Now, if I was going to create a project that I wanted to shoot up on my 65-inch Vizio 4K TV, I'd want to do it in 4K, obviously, but for what most people consume nowadays, I honestly believe that 1080p is a good enough resolution. So, like I said, it's going to be a quick review today. I just wanted to give you guys a real quick look at this new laptop. I ended up buying it for my wife for a birthday gift for her Sims, and after going through it and seeing that it had Power Director installed stock when it came with it, and seeing how good the performance of the laptop actually was, I had to go out and buy myself one as well. So we each have one now, and I have yet to find a single issue with it. As far as bloatware is concerned, there's very minimal bloatware on this laptop that comes pre-installed, so not a lot that you have to uninstall when you get it. I noticed that there was a couple programs that I took off, like Firefox. I don't use Firefox. I'm a Chrome guy myself. And then there was a Norton antivirus program that was installed. So once I took those two programs out, they stopped running in the background. It even kicked up the efficiency of the computer itself. Like I said, my boot up time was between 10 and 15 seconds. So these are very fast laptops. And they're just awesome all the way around, especially for the price point and bang for your buck. I particularly enjoy the fact that it's so upgradable, and that its small design is very easy to carry. Now, it's not the lightest I've seen. This one does weigh about 5.06 pounds, so it's on the heavier side, but it's still not too heavy that you couldn't throw it in a backpack with a camera and a couple lenses and take it down the road and go ahead and take some photos and do some editing on it. So there's my opinion, guys. If you guys are looking for an entry-level laptop that you guys can just get some awesome work done on. Now, the battery life isn't the greatest. I keep it plugged in most of the time, but again, that's only when I'm gaming. If I was going to take this out and do some editing on the go, I would assume I'd get about 3.5 to 4 hours of battery out of it without having to plug it back in. So it's not the best battery, but again, it's not the worst battery. And for the most part, you just want to stay near an outlet. But for $699, $749 in my case, depending on the variant that you buy, I don't think that you can beat it. It is a great laptop for the price point that you're paying. So again, I'm going to go ahead and link a description website, the Amazon details and everything in the description of this video below. And if you liked this video or found any of it at all useful, go ahead again, hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate my viewers. Thank you for checking this video out, and I hope you guys have a great night. Stay safe, and more importantly, stay creative, my friends. Have a good night.